Today we have a review for you, the Lum-Tec M28, the tungsten carbide model. This sports a really nice so proud movement with the power reserve indicator here and the date. This Lum-Tec in particular is pretty neat because it is one of their most expensive models, this and the M26. The only difference between this M28 and the M26 is the dials and the date window. The M28 here has the large 12, 10, 2, 8, 4, and 6, as the M26 has the large 12, 6, 9, and 3, with the other numbers smaller. It depends on what your tastes are, depending on which one you would like. I prefer this one here, and some people agree and some people don't, because it has a date window. Myself personally, that's pretty important, but to a lot of others it's not. The one without the M26 without the date window is a little bit of a cleaner dial, as it only has 4 large numbers and the other ones are smaller. It cleans it up a little bit, but you do miss the date window on that, and so it's really depending on your preference on if you like the date window or not. The power reserve here is pretty cool in this model here. You have the 0, and you have the 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40 hours on that, and you can see as I unscrew the crown here, which has a nice LT logo on it, unscrew it, it's at the 0 mark, so it's barely running right now, and you wind it up here, and you can wind pretty very easily here. You can see I can just basically rub my finger along the bottom of it, or you can rub your thumb on top. Very smooth movement this so proud movement is. A lot of other ones, a lot of the movements takes 2 fingers, but this one's so liquidy and so smooth that you basically just run your fingers along here, and you can see that power reserve meter going up and up and up. I'm up here at 32, I'm going to get all the way up here at 40 here. Not too long, it takes about 30 seconds to get it up to full, and then once you get it to full, you can feel it not snap, but you can feel the tension spring releasing as it has a full wind on it, and you can actually sometimes hear it too. There, you can hear it, a little click in there, and that says means that you're at full wind. And of course, you're at the 40 mark. It's really cool. This movement is an automatic movement. You can see the really nice decoration in here. It has a lot of the swirls and the Geneva striping on the rotor, the weight on here, and of course spin around here so you can see it. 24 joules, and it's a Swiss-made so proud movement. This movement is the rotor skeletonized a little bit, so you can see the nice swirls on the movement itself, and the jewels or rubies in there. It does swirl around pretty easily, so when you're wearing this watch, you will notice that it stays at the 40 mark all the time, because it has such a nice movement on here. The power reserve, you'll notice it stays at 40 throughout the day as you wear it, and of course as you sleep it will go down a little bit and put it back on, and it will jump right back up. This movement is pretty nice. It is a hacking movement, so I just pulled the crown all the way out, and you can see the second hand stopped. That's really nice for people who like to the hacking features on the watches, to set it directly at a time. You can see just how many seconds on plus or minus your watch is, so that's pretty cool. And then you just push the crown back down. This watch is a 44 millimeters. It's 44 millimeters excluding the crown area here. So basically you have this area right here, that's 44 millimeters, and then you have the crown. It's a good sized crown. It does show up quite a bit, and it's easy to rotate, unlike some other ones that are smaller. This nice sized crown makes it really easy for that. The tungsten carbide is a unique material to use on a watch. Not very many people out there use tungsten carbide. It is scratch proof, but not shatterproof. The interesting thing about tungsten is the harder you make something, the more brittle it is. When you're working with steel, which I do a lot of, and with swords and stuff myself, the harder a sword is, the more brittle it becomes. So there's always a balance between hardness and the brittleness of a metal. This is a very hard metal, so it won't scratch. Of course, I can't scratch with my fingernails, but if you drop it on something, it won't scratch. But if it has a hard enough impact, you could crack the case. There's only been one report of this, and it's kind of a mixed report at that. So there is a warning in all the Lum-Tec boxes that you don't want anything to break. And it'll take a pretty big amount of pressure to do that. But other than that, it's a solid watch. You're not going to have any problems with this watch, and scratching or anything like that. And of course, you have this sapphire crystal on top here to keep scratches off the front. It's a no mineral crystal. It has a center socket hand, which is nice. It's got a nice blue Sunfire dial on here. You can see it a little bit as you rotate. It's kind of hard because it does have a double anti-reflective coating on the front and the back. So as you rotate, you get a lot of blue in the dial, because it's kind of hard to take a picture of just the black blue dial itself without getting the anti-reflective coating to show up. It has the MDV luminescence on here, which I'll show you in a little bit how much it glows. Lum-Tec is pretty famous for their luminescent qualities, and it does glow quite a bit and all throughout the night. So if you're a night owl, you'll have no problem seeing this watch when you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. You won't have any problem seeing what time it is. Like I said, this is just like the M26. The M27, which I don't have on this review, is a GMT model, which is very similar to this. It uses a different movement, but also uses a tungsten case. The weight of the tungsten is pretty significant. You can really tell the difference between the tungsten and a stainless steel watch. This is quite a bit heavier, and if you wear the tungsten bracelet, which is included, it makes it even quite heavier. We are displaying it right now on a blue alligator strap, which looks really nice and complements the blue dial that this watch has. So the blue strap with this watch that comes with it when you order from Tic-Tok, it looks really nice with this watch. It's very dressy. This watch is an expensive watch. It's a luxury watch, so we need to put a nice dress strap on it. The sapphire casing on the back is really nice, as I mentioned before. And the nice thing about this is there's only 50 made of this. This is actually model number 7. And you can see all the tungsten, sapphire, and the different markings on the back. It is 100 meters water resistant. So if you're not wearing a nice strap on it, if you're wearing your tungsten bracelet or the rubber strap, feel free to take it in your pool or diving with it or shower or whatever you'd like to do with it. But being only 50 of these made, it makes it really unique. These will sell out fast, like all the limited models do that Lum-Tec carries. 50 models means only 50 people in the world will have this watch, so that's pretty unique, and it's pretty special that if you do happen to get this watch, that you can feel pretty proud of. Alright, I'm going to show you what it looks like in the dark. This here's what it looks like in the dark. You can see all the numbers all really glowing like fire right now. So it's really easy to see this watch at night. It glows a nice pleasant green color. This is a C3 Lume on here, Super Lume Nova, so it's really nice and bright. It has MDV technology, which is 8 layers deep of lume applied to the numbers indices in the hands, and of course the second hand is also lume, so you can see that it is in fact moving and working. So it's really nice to show you what it looks like on a wrist. I'll turn this light back on so it's a little easier to see. The M28, the same size of all the automatics. Lum-Tec has automatic, and the tungstens are all the same size at 44 millimeters. And as you can see, I have a 7¾ inch wrist, so on me it looks really good. You can go down to 7. Some people wear it with 6½ inch wrists, but you know, it is 44 millimeters, so be aware of that. But otherwise, it looks really good in pretty much any size wrist. The nice casing of it is the old style submarine style case with it, which is a slightly rounded square with a nice round bezel on it. Tungsten, one drawback about tungsten is that it does fingerprint pretty easily. As you can see, the oils from your fingers can leave a mark on it, or leave a fingerprint marking on it. You can't really see it in the video, but it is there. But to get rid of that, you can just wipe it off and it's gone. Stainless steel does not imprint like that. The different oils in your skin react differently with the tungsten as it does with stainless steel. But it's simple, you can just wipe it off. I haven't seen any of these things tarnish. I don't think it can tarnish with a polish. But if you don't wipe off your fingerprints, they will stay on there until you do wipe it off. So other than that, it's a really clean watch, really nice. Tungstens are really superior, being scratch proof. You don't have a problem with scratching your polish, which is really nice. And you got the sapphire crystal, which really makes it a really nice luxury watch. Anyway, that's the Lum-Tec M28. You can purchase this at www.tic-tok.net or mytictok.com, or at the Lum-Tec website, lumtec.com. This is Tic-Tok. I hope you like the review.